Hi everyone, my name is Zach and I'm a Mormon. To begin, I'd like to apologize if this video is really long-winded and boring. I have a lot that I want to cover in this video. So to begin, let's talk about what a Mormon is. A Mormon is someone who follows the teachings of Jesus Christ as taught by the prophet Joseph Smith. A lot of people think that we're a bunch of special underpants wearing wahoos who worship some man who with magic glasses and magic rocks that he put in a hat. No, we don't worship Joseph Smith. We worship Jesus Christ and God the Father. Another misconception that I notice that people have about Mormons is that they think we're all polygamists. We were polygamists. After Joseph Smith died, Brigham Young took up the mantle to be the prophet of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And one of the things that he did while he was prophet was enacted polygamy. I don't know if this is in accordance with the first presidency of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, but this is what I believe. I believe polygamy is wrong and moronic. There's no way that I'd want more than one wife. I'm not married, but if I do get married, it's certainly only going to be one wife. I wouldn't want more than one. But, with those misconceptions cleared up, I want to touch on a subject. Well, not why, but a lot of people really hate Mormons. To be honest, I don't really understand why. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but at the end of the day, why doesn't really matter that much to me, because I believe what I believe, and you believe what you believe, and that's okay. But, in the country that the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints was founded in, the United States of America, since its conception, since America was formed, they had the First Amendment to the Constitution of the United States of America, which states a lot of things, but the one that I want to touch on is the freedom of religion. So, the early saints who began to organize the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, they were protected under this constitutional right to freely worship. Now, the early saints faced a great deal of opposition. Early saints were murdered and raped, and people would kill babies and burn down houses and do all these horrible things because of what we believe. In this territory of Missouri, it wasn't a state yet when this happened, but the territory of Missouri passed a law that said it was legal to kill a Mormon on sight, to shoot a Mormon on sight. It was legal to kill a man, a woman, or a child simply because they were Mormon. They legalized murder because of what the Mormons believed. This is a blatant violation of the First Amendment of the Constitution of the United States of America. It boggles my mind, to be frank. But the past is the past. I wish that people would be tolerant and respectful and all those good things, but humans are humans, and that's the truth. But the reason I say this is because I want you to know that Mormons are no stranger to being persecuted for what they believe. You can say and do what you will. Like, we've been through worse. But, with that being said, I kind of want to touch on something about myself. I am a convert to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I am the first Mormon in my family. I chose to become a Mormon. I was not raised to be a Mormon. So I understand what it's like to see the church from an outside perspective and from an inside perspective, which is why I'm talking to you today. Before I was a Mormon, the missionaries would come knocking on my door, you know what I mean? Like those missionaries do, and it'd be like, dang it, those missionaries are back again. Why are those missionaries always knocking on my door? Why are they here? Why won't they leave me alone? I understand where you're coming from on that. Like, I do. Like, I've been there too. But I want to share with you why the missionaries won't leave you alone. Why we do what we do. Why the Mormons are so quick to share what we believe. Before I was a Mormon, I drank, I smoked, I committed adultery, I did all these things that Mormons aren't allowed to do. And one night, I drank way too much. Way too much. I drank, I don't know how much I drank, to be honest, it doesn't matter. What matters is the next day, I was so sick that I was puking all day long for about 12 hours, on and off. I was puking. Every time I tried to eat, I'd vomit. And so, at the end of this day, I prayed to God the Father, and I said to him, I don't like this. I'm not happy with who I am. I'm everything I don't want to be. I need to change, but I don't know how. I need you to show me. I need you to help me. And God the Father told me to go to church. Before this happened, I had studied the religions rather extensively. I read the Quran, I've read the Bible, I've read the Book of Mormon. I haven't read the Tao Te Ching, but I want to. That's going to happen sooner or later. I studied the religions. And so when I decided that I needed religion in my life, I tested a lot of different religious institutions, whom I'm not going to name because it would be rude and demeaning for me to do so. I would go to these religious institutions, and I would approach the leader, for lack of a better word, and I would tell him, like, I'm here to, find out what you guys are about. Like, I'm here to worship God. These people would always have this, like, strange attitude, like this standoffish attitude, like, why are you in my church? You're not a member of my faith. Like, why are you here? It's like, well, I'm here because I want to worship God. Like, weird concept, you know what I mean? Like, I'm coming to your church to worship the way that you do. Well, this is so weird. But they essentially would shun me, for lack of a better word. Shun's kind of a harsh word, but I think you guys know what I'm trying to get across. And so I ended up going to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And when I first walked in to the chapel, it was very clear to me that that was where I belonged. You know that feeling you get when that person that you know loves you so much, and they like cook your favorite food, and you come home from work or school, and like you smell it like before you're even in the door, and like you like go inside and you just like get that feeling of just like peace and like, this is so good. That's what I felt when I went to church. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Not only that, but I went in there and everybody was so happy to see me. They were like, welcome to church, like, this is where we worship, like, I'm so happy you're here, like, how are you? You know, and it's just like, it was such a nice change from what I had before. And that's why Mormons do what we do. That's why we come and bash on your door and say, have you heard the word of Christ? We say that because it makes us happy, and we want you to be happy. The church has given me more than I ever thought possible. I have a future. You know what I mean? Like, I know that I'm not just running in the dark. I know what it is I need to do. I have direction. Not only do I have direction, but I have friends who understand who, what, and why I am. They understand why I'm a moral person, why I treat people with kindness and respect. I've never had that before in my life. Ever. And it was so nice to finally find that. It was hard to find it. I had to dig and toil and suffer, and I found it. And life is good now. It's not all sunshine and roses, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes I come home from work and I'm pissed off, and like, I just, want to punch holes in my drywall. But I know now what it is I need to do. With those things being said, I want you all to know that I love you. You. Yes, you. Right there. Yes. Yeah. You. I love you like a brother, like a sister. You matter to me. I may not condone what it is you do. I may not, I may try to stop you from doing what you're doing, but I still love you. You still matter to me. Like, I care about you. And at the end of the day, that's what the church is about. Not all Mormons are like that. Just like in every other religion, you know what I mean? Like, not everybody's the same. People are people, no matter where you go. But I love you. It's true. Like, I can sit here and swear up and down all day, but, you don't have to believe me. I just want you to know that no matter what you do, you're still my brother, you're still my sister. You can believe what you will. You can call me a wahoo. You can, insult my family, insult my faith, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I still love you. I really do. But that's pretty much all I have to say. And I say these things in the holy name of the Son of God, Jesus Christ. Amen.